Good morning. Hopefully you can see me okay and everything. So, of course, naturally, I feel like I need to do this. So naturally, as soon as I go live, my computer, I don't know, I can't get online. It's really weird. So we're in my handy dandy sunroom, and it's like not even Mercury retrograde, but I swear I have had more problems with technology over the past I don't know, a few weeks than like ever in my entire life. I swear. Oh, hi, Keta. How are you? Hmm. I have myself a chai tea latte. Hopefully I'm streamed in both areas. So, okay. Some reason I felt like that was, I feel like it's crooked, but whatever. I guess that if I'm crooked, it's going to be crooked. Good morning, Meg. Oh my gosh. So, I'm really excited to show you something. So, before we start, I got a new deck of cards, but they were actually sent to me from Darlene. So I don't know if Darlene is on today. Hopefully she is. But look at this. Divinations of the ancients, right? And it was so funny because she's in the spiritual course, community, she's doing the course with us and stuff. And she pulled a card for all of us, and I just fell in love with them, and I wanted them so bad. But it was really funny because they didn't resonate with her, so she sent them to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm gonna pull a couple of these before we get started. Oh my god, look at this. Okay, I don't know exactly who that was for, so I have to start over again. But sorry. Whew. I love these. Okay, so this is going to be for Keta. Ooh, Keta. It's talking about a pendulum, and it says a decision. So this is actually really talking about like a pendulum might be really good for you to start using too, just maybe to confirm, that kind of thing too. Or not even just an external pendulum, but like your internal pendulum, your internal yes and no, kind of using your own like intuition like as a guide, because that will really help you out when you have to make either some tough choices or, just making sure like what you could do right to make everyone happy, that kind of thing, right? So we're getting right into readings today because I got these new cards from Darlene. Ooh, and Meg, this is yours. Aura, which I'm not sure which one that Darlene pulled for you in the course, but look at that. And it says observation, right? So definitely module 2 of the course talks about like how to see aura. So that would probably be something to go back on and look at. But it's also telling you that you're really sensitive to aura. So you're really sensitive to the energies that are around you. And so kind of know that, right? The vibes that you get from others, and you're very sensitive to that kind of thing. So definitely trust your gut around others, and then also know that you can possibly feel your own aura. I was taking a bath the other day, and it's like the bubbles when I put them in between my hands, bubble bath. Like that's kind of like how energy feels. It kind of feels like a bubble, like bubbles, right? And it's kind of like when you go out, it feels kind of, I don't want to say sticky, but that's a good way to do it. Or like when you can just smash it and you won't even feel it. But if you take the time, you can actually feel the bubbles. So like if you take the time, you can actually feel the energy. So, oh yes, hi, Nancy, hi, Christine. Thank you. My new cards, my new cards. Oh my goodness, no, and that I hope you feel better. Hmm. And I love how Keta said too. She's like, I use my pendulum a lot, so just like confirmation, like, hey, you're using the right divination tool. Oh, by the way, I'm going to pull some more, but what Darlene pulled for me was really cool. She pulled me the card that said spontaneity and fire. And that's the thing is like, I'm really good at being spontaneous, right? If I wasn't spontaneous, I don't know if I would ever get anything done. So that brings up 2 points that I have to say. And I keep on, oh, yes. I'm waiting till like I have to like get everything behind the scenes done, but mark calendars for coffee and cards on September 26th. Okay. So September 26th is going to be on Zoom. So we can all see each other. And if you want to trade in your coffee for mimosas, it's actually going to be mimosa and cards, right? You don't have to, but you can, or you can keep your coffee, whichever one you want to do. And Hem's going to be with us too. So it's going to be all of us on Zoom. I'll still be able to stream it to the Rise and Power group if you don't want to come on Zoom. Right. So we're gonna have a lot of fun there. And it's also the Sunday before my birthday. So it's like we're just gonna have like this big, huge like celebration. I think it's gonna be really fun. So September 26th, right? Oh, awesome. Okay. I was just reading what Meg said. That's awesome. And then the second thing too is that coming up in about a week or so, whatever, I'll be letting you guys know about Psychics Anonymous. And Psychics Anonymous is this kind of like, it's going to be this 4 session like get together kind of thing where you meet others, you know, who are developing their gifts, who are unsure, who are practicing. You'll be given opportunities to, you know, talk with other people, get to know some spiritual buds, you know, and then also opportunities to practice. It's going to be a lot of fun, right? So stay tuned for that too. So those are the 2 things that I had to say. It's actually pretty good. All right, so I want to pull a couple more from this divination tools deck, but I also have some mermaid ones. I don't know why, but I was totally drawn to these today. In fact, Spirit's like, these are the only cards you have to use, and I'm like, I don't know, right? So then I also have the Archangel Animal ones, right? Oh my gosh, I'm totally frozen. Okay, no, I totally. Okay. Yes, Vanessa. I was thinking the same thing. I was just like, you know what, this is going to be so awesome. You know, I think Annette brought it up or someone brought it up during Coffee and Cards. Oh, I have never heard of this. And Vanessa, this is one's for you, but I've never heard of this. So you learn something new every day. Look at this. Have you ever heard of it? It's like phrenology. Phrenology, and it says certainty. What is this? Okay. It says practice practice meditation, right? To quiet your mind, right? As you try to be certain of what you should or should not do, use your own head rather than accepting the first piece of advice you're given. Think logically as it's time to rely on good old fashioned common sense, right? So this is talking about seeking expert advice, you know? So this is talking about really knowing that you have a lot of it's like saying that you are. Can you please give me the words? That would be awesome. Okay. All right. That's a good way of putting it. All right. It's like you have very good clear cognizance, if you will. You have like that clear knowing, you know what I mean? They talk to you through thoughts too. So clear audient, you know what I mean? Where you hear like the thoughts and the talking inside of your own head and that kind of stuff. And it's like once you learn how to quiet your mind, you will just have that like inner knowing, you will know it, right? And one of your downfalls is probably maybe like listening to others or, you know, them making you doubt yourself, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like really saying that you really have a strong sense of mind and to use that for your advantage, you know what I mean, when you're every single day, you know what I mean? So it's like just making sure that you know that you have that skill and then utilizing it, right? Yeah, I never heard of it either. It's so weird. Oh, thank you. I think I look better on my phone than on my camera. I might do that from now on. Oh, and by the way, as you guys know, like I will drop you guys like a hot tamale if my son calls, because Sunday is his call day. So he can call anytime between 8 and 4. Like, I love you guys. But if he calls me, um, yes, I'm gonna go. All right. So Tina, I really wanted to draw you one of these too. See, that's why I like cards. You always learn something new. And it's so funny too, because like so many like the classes coming up and everything else, like you see them all over the place. Like Hay House does them, Clep Reed does them, James Van Prague does it. It's like at a point, it's like you already know a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, what new things am I going to learn? And you might learn some little things because, like, look, it's even showing you. Like even in this, I'm learning stuff. So Tina, this one's yours. Agam. Have you ever heard of it? I'm guessing it's connection with nature, but let's see. Tap in the ancient wisdom of the ancestor and connect with the magic of nature, right? Embrace the delicious warmth of the sun, breathe in the purity of the air, feel the earth under your feet, and cleanse yourself in streams and rivers. Remember, you are part of the natural world. Through your lifetimes, you have accumulated great knowledge. Now seek the wise teachings of the trees. They are wisdom keepers who have stood by silently, witnessing every detail of passing centuries, right? Spend time outside with these gentle giants. They hold the keys to your past. Allow them to unlock the remembrance you hold deep within. You are ready to be unleashed. I just love how that was written. Like that was like written like a poem, right? Okay. Yeah, it was like written like a poem. I don't think there's anything more to be said. It's like saying that you're embarking on this incredible journey, and then being around with nature is really going to help you unlock a lot of your questions. You know, maybe questions you didn't even know you had, and it's probably going to give you some answers too, and it's probably going to make you feel a little bit better as well, right? Like I always say, outside is where all the energy is flowing and it's moving, right? Inside, it's like it's static. There's nothing living around here, right? It's like part of me thinks too is that another reason why that besides not as much oxygen in the air, but it's like our prana when we get older and when we go to die, right? Our prana is getting smaller and smaller and more dimmer, right? And it's like, wow, if we were outside more all the time, like, do people who hang out outside live longer? Because then their prana is being fed, right? Their chi prana. Okay. Good morning. I said Pally. I said your first name and your last name, and I said Pally. Okay. All right. Man, I'm kind of thinking, I kind of just want to go with this stuff. Okay. What are we doing? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do these. We're gonna do the weekly card readings real quick. I might do them really quick because I try to go a little more detail on coffee and cards and then I post them. Ooh. Okay, I have no idea. Okay. All right, you guys, this is going to be for the first three days of this week. I have no idea why these cards are flipped the wrong way. So these three cards here, and I was just looking at them because I was like, oh, maybe during my last reading or something, I just didn't put them back the right way, right? The thing is, I've never seen these cards before, and then I tuned in, and it's like, yeah, these are going to be the first three. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. All right. All right. You just kind of keep these three Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It might not be going in that order. This is what I am picking up though. So Monday is the horse. Okay. And it literally says on it, care for others and let them be free, right? Archangel Mary and Archangel Christiel, but for some reason they said Archangel Mary, but I'm thinking more like Mother Mary. Mother Mary is going to be with us for family, for our friends. You know what I mean? For, if you have opportunities to be with family, definitely try and do that. Keep a little bit more patience, that kind of stuff. Like, instead of seeing them as the person that they seem to be, right? Like the person they are. Like I'm Heather. See them as like a soul. You know what I mean? That is just learning. That doesn't have all the answers, even though they might act like it. A soul that's trying to find their way, even though they might be acting like impatient or acting like an idiot or putting you down or whatever. Just see them as maybe even like a lost soul trying to find their way, right? Because that you are light, and they are light too. Everyone is light, it's just that some of us have strayed farther from the light than others, right? So on Monday, and then keep this in mind for Tuesday and Wednesday too. It's going to be about taking care of them, having a little bit more patience, being around them, right? Remember, like what I said, like, you think that someone is, not that great of a person to you and that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden, like something happens and you realize that because they were the way they were one of your best teachers, and they had a profound impact on your life. Like you wish maybe they could have taught you a different way, but sometimes we have to learn the hard way, right? All right. So here is this is going to be for like Tuesday, but keep it in mind for Wednesday, okay? It's the Eagle card, and it says seize opportunities, right? Courageously. And I just have to say too, if you're going through anything where you have to make decisions and choices and you're really not sure what to do, right? There's like a couple things to keep in mind. The first thing to keep in mind is if they're small challenges, right? That's okay. Keep on going, right? But if you're having to like bust down this door and stuff, that might be a sign that there's a different way, right? And then keep this third part in mind. If you are just like, I'm not sure what to do, I'm not sure what to do, right? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Just know that if it's meant to happen, it will happen. If it's not meant to happen, it will not happen, right? Because spirit will intervene. They will stop you somehow from doing it, right? If it is absolutely 100% not meant to be. So if you're going through any kind of, I'm not sure if I should do this or take this job or take this offer. I'm not sure if I should, do this, in regards to my health or go to this doctor or, be in this relationship, right? Allow the natural course to unfold, right? But then just keep that faith that it's naturally meant to be, it will not happen, right? Oh, like for example, I gotta give you this example, right? I'm supposed to be in Philadelphia week after next, right? Because of my mother-in-law, right? She's having surgery, keep her in your prayers. That'd be awesome, right? Well, at the same time, I was supposed to go away with some friends, right? But something was telling me I needed to be in Philadelphia, right? And this was just like an inner knowing, right? So that part you may or may not be able to have, right? But something told me, I'm like, oh man, I can fly from Philadelphia to go be with my friends. I can still do both, right? But for some reason, it didn't feel right, right? So use your intuition, right? It just didn't feel right about it. I was like, nope, I need to be there for her, right? And then it was so funny because then like it was like about last week, it's actually a few days ago, I found out that I have to go to Maryland for work. So I can't go to either one of those things. So if I would have went ahead and booked a plane ride from, Philadelphia to where my friends were and stuff like that, like I would have been out that money, right? Unless I would have gotten a refundable one, right? But and it's so funny because like so many crazy things are going on. But here's the thing, if I was not meant to be in Philadelphia and I was not meant to be where my friends were at, right? Spirit intervened and is like, no, Heather, you are meant to be here. So I will keep you updated with what the heck is going on in Maryland because apparently I am needed there. But you see how I'm saying, like, if it's not meant to be, Spirit will intervene. They will make something happen. They will intervene in your path, right? Oh yeah. And Tara's like, I'm supposed to decide if I should sign the purchase agreement and put the money down on this new place. What's stopping you, sweetheart? Right, and then that's another thing too, is like if you have a decision to make and you're not making it or you have apprehensiveness, where is the apprehensiveness coming from? Is it coming from a place of fear? Is it coming from a place of lack? Right? Because that's your ego talking, right? So think about it, right? Where is that coming from? So if you're like, oh, I'm scared because I won't have enough money, or I'm scared because of what so and so will think, or if I'm scared because, what if, and they're bad things, and that's your ego. Ego is negative. You know what I mean? Your intuition is usually more positive. Okay. So here we go. So this is going to be hopefully for Wednesday, but like I said, keep it in mind for Monday and Tuesday, right? And it says prepare for change. I really feel like it's more for like Tuesday and Wednesday, right? So there might be like some curveballs, some craziness, but I feel like it also could be a good thing too. Humans, we don't like change, so it's not like we sit there and be like, yeah, I'm so happy all this change is happening, right? We can be excited about it, but we can also be really nervous about it too, right? Remember, what is it? Nervousness and excitement carries the exact same vibration, right? It's just that one is expecting a positive outcome, and the nervousness is expecting a negative income outcome, right? So definitely, preparing for that change, just knowing that things are going to be a little bit different, but you can look at it from a good place, a place where, it's going to be exciting, right? I feel like this is a transformation time too, that's coming up from a lot of us, we're really ascending. So if you think about this, like the crazier the world gets and the more sensitive that you might get, the crazier the world gets, and the more that you might feel connected to your higher power or should be connecting to your higher power, right? So that's really interesting. Okay. So um, yeah, so many changes. You have to you have to keep trusting, Tara. Yeah, you have to keep trusting, and just know that if it's meant to be, it will happen. Like spirit will intervene. Okay. Yes. Okay. And then maybe we can tune in the spiritual course community too, right? For you, Tara. Oh, I didn't even look at this. This is Thursday. Look at this butterfly, and it says, "Be ready to transform with wisdom." Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that, right? So this is really talking about again, like we're ascending, we're moving up, right? So it's like we might notice that we're getting more signs from past loved ones. Our angels would be able to connect a little bit more, quicker and deeper. Like I actually just had the development circle on Saturday, yesterday. It was really, really cool. Half the circle was guys. It was actually really neat. And this one guy, he was like brand new. He's never done it before. And like he totally connected to a past loved one. It was so incredibly amazing. I thought it was really, really cool. So definitely, like if you have any opportunities coming up this week, which I already told you about one, right? You should sign up for this like anonymous thing when I bring that up, right? So just knowing that, keep going forward, right? You're transforming. It might be a little bit sticky sometimes, might be a little more difficult, and people around you might not be so loving about it, but just keep on going, right? So everything sometimes during the weekly card readings, like we get, relaxed. It's not a time to move. You know what I mean? It's a time to chill. It's a time to just, don't make any decisions. This week is all about movement. There is like a lot of stuff going on, and it is like ride the wave and let's keep on going, right? So keep that in mind, right? Ooh, I love this. this is also going to be for Friday. It's guinea pig, okay? And it says, do your part to illuminate the universe, right? Archangel Mary again. So this is definitely talking about children, families, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff coming up as well, right? And then it's like, you know what, just putting yourself out there is really, really going to go a long way with whatever it is that you want to do or you feel like you're going to be good at, right? So that is one thing they're talking about is like, you know what, if you have this calling to do whatever it is, whether it's selling artwork, whether it's, you know, work at this place, work at that place, you know, whether it's to quit your job, whatever it is, right? It is coming to you for a reason. Not everyone always feels that way or, you know, thinks they should be doing it. It's coming to you, right? And it's so funny because like people always talk about, oh, there's ideas and that kind of thing, right? And what it is that a universe is just saying you are the best person for this, you know, for this idea, for whatever. But if you don't do it, they only give you so much time, and then they're like, okay, she's sitting on this, and then they'll go to someone else, right? So we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen. Oh, Shauna, Friday's your birthday. Oh, and that's totally your sign too, Annette, for sure. Oh yeah, Kimberly, this is recorded so you can go back. It was actually kind of fun. Ooh, but I actually needed to pull this card, right? And it's the Panda card. And it says stay balanced and in your essence. Again, Archangel Mary. Is every single one of these? Almost. A lot of them are Archangel Mary, which I don't even know who Archangel Mary is. Maybe we could look her up. I still feel like it's, you know, Mother Mary, like I said, definitely with about, you know, with kids, with families, that's usually when she comes up, right? So just think about it this way. If you are like a counselor, if you're like a teacher, if you work with, you know, even children, you know, in some kind of capacity, you know, social working and that kind of stuff, then usually now they're having me say it, Mother Mary is with them. You know, like so many times I've seen that in readings everywhere all the time, right? So, anyways, I also feeling my grandma Betty coming through as well. So that's what the blue rose is. So this is definitely talking about becoming closer, you know, with those on the other side too, and then just knowing when they transition that they're okay, right? So definitely this week, just know that they're okay. So definitely, if you have any kind of you know, hopefully you don't, but if anyone transitions to the other side this coming up week, then just know that they're okay. All right. And I don't think it's going to be a surprise. I feel like you would already know. That it could happen, right? Definitely, it's also talking about crystals, you know, definitely using those, the clear quartz and the rose quartz are very, very good, right? And there's something else too. I feel like there's something else happening with the panda in the world. Isn't that weird? But I feel like we need to keep that eye on that. Like, do you remember when the giraffe card came up? Do you remember that? It was like, I don't know, a month or two ago. The giraffe card came up on Coffee and Cards. And then the day that it was the day that it happened, April the giraffe died that day. So I thought it was so incredibly cool. So hopefully no panda dies. Hopefully that's not what I'm picking up, you know. Hopefully it's, you know, good things for the panda. Um, so just kind of keep that in the back of our mind because that would be really, really cool. I love that when that kind of stuff happens. Okay. Okay. And Teresa's like, I think it an archangel, it's mother. Oh, it's Mary Magdalene. Okay, not the other Mary. Okay. I for some reason I'm still picking up Mother Mary, but I think that's really cool to know. I think I need to look into that. And that's like I'm a retired pediatric nurse and nanny 3 kids under 6, so it totally makes sense too. And Diane's like Grandma Betty was a hard worker. I loved her. Yes, I love my grandmas. My grandma's better than all y'all grandma. My grandma can beat up your grandmas. Okay. All right, we're still doing good. Okay. All right. And it comes like, you know what? I want to pull a card for Tara just because she's having such like a rough time right now. Not a rough time. I think there's people with harder ones. Like you're starting on this new incredible journey. Okay. Oh, first, Tara, you have a couple cards, right? This is in pertaining to your house, right? Taking sale and that kind of stuff. So first says ask for heaven's help, right? You pray for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you, right? Remember, we talked about trust, but I just want to kind of confirm a little bit more, right? And let me see. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm putting these back in and I want to see what comes up now. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. All right, sorry guys. I just want to see if these cards come up again. Okay, synchronicities. Okay, so synchronicities, right? So definitely watch out for those little coincidences that come as well, right? It's talking about playtime as well. I'm sorry, I want to see if this card comes up. I'm giving you one more try. Okay. Nope, it says a new dawn. So it's talking about embarking on those the new beginnings and stuff like that, and getting help, right? Searching out for an expert, that kind of stuff, right? But I feel like it will I feel like almost like a delay for another week or so, just to making sure that the sale will go through. Like I feel like you need to do a couple more steps before Spirit will be like 100%. I feel like it's going to go, I feel like everything's going to work out just fine. You know what I mean? I just feel like your stress level is going to go a little bit higher. Like if you sign up for the new place without the other place being sold, right? So I'm like more worried about like health as I am about like it actually coming to fruition and actually happening, right? Because there might be a little bit of challenges and that kind of stuff. I don't want you freaking out. Okay. So if you want to wait, you know what I mean, even to end of this week, going into next week, just so that the sale on your home, has a little bit more time, if that makes sense, to go further down the road, right? So that you are feeling a little bit more secure, right? So that's kind of like what I am picking up. So I just wanted to make sure. So, okay. Okay, okay. Oh crap, the panda in person possibly passing this week makes sense. I gotta go visit someone after church. I was just told on Monday that the lady who gave my daughter a panda bear stuffed animal has not been doing well, and her daughter had to quit work to start taking care of her. So I pray to God that she's not going to pass this week. But I know she's been suffering as well. I don't want her suffering anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sending so many prayers to her, so many prayers. And then hopefully she won't pass, you know what I mean? But the fact that you were thinking that and that might be, like she's not doing so good, it could be the reason why I picked it up. I'm sending you guys so many prayers, so much. Um, any insight on psychic attacks this time of year? Virgo new moon, perhaps. It happened to me last year, early September, and it seems to be happening again. I've been chilling this time around, and it's helping. Um, yeah, I'll be honest with you, shielding doesn't really help me anyways with psychic attacks. I swear, I think we just talked about this too on the um in the course too, right? So with the psychic attacks, what really has helped, and maybe I can put like a little list too in the Rise and Power group because I'm not remembering them all now. You know what I mean? But it's going to be more of like the saging, more of like the cutting of the cords, more of like crystal usage, more of boundaries, upholding those, you know. Um, and there's one more thing too. There's a couple of them, but I'll help you out. I'll put what I have into the Rise into Your Power group, and that will help too. Now with it being seasonal, the only thing that I can say to that, and maybe someone else knows here a little bit better because like I'm not into astrology and that kind of thing. But the only thing that I can think of is just that this is the time of year where maybe you're more vulnerable. Does that make sense? Like maybe you had to let your guard down, that kind of stuff. Maybe the energy is just a little more crazy this time of year for you specifically. Does that make sense? Tai Chi latte is good. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Both attacks in September. Any idea why September? No, I don't. No. I'm trying to think of why else. Well, if you think about it, sometimes we have a lot of stuff going on, in September. We have like back to school stuff going on, we're starting we're going into like this different thing. I don't know. Oh, and then you also have come on, the longest day of the year. What is it? The longest day and the shortest day. Oh gosh, I can't think of it. But there's some other things, but I think that it's more of like perhaps even astrology question. Okay. 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 We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll grab some peeps. I'll grab some peeps. Oh, her dad took her again? Yeah. Isn't there a solstice coming up in September? There you go. I know June is that one. But I thought there was another one. Yeah. Equinox. There you go. I knew it was something like that. Ooh, I love it. maybe a past life time frame. And here's something really interesting because I haven't talked to you guys about this yet, but they say that your past lives are not past, right? Time is not linear, right? And time, so time is not linear. It's almost like I don't know if you watch those time movies, you can go back and forth in time, right? Like not just front and back, you know what I mean? But through time, I don't even know. And this is like shit that Stephen Hawking talks about, by the way. But anyway, it's not linear. It's like you are living all of your lives at once right now, right? So if like all of a sudden, like sometimes if you might all of a sudden hurt your arm, and your arm starts hurting out of nowhere, your head starts hurting out of nowhere, or all of a sudden like, you're doing something like it's like, is that the time that something's happening in your other life that you're living right now, but it's like bleeding through? You know how they talk about the bleed through of past lives? That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So it's like, is something coming up too around this time of year? Because maybe in one of your other lives, you already died and you died in September, from whatever. I don't know. It's something really cool to think about, and that's not something, you can do like hypnosis or whatever to see, but it's just really fascinating. There we go. Oh yeah, a lot of retrogrades coming. Oh, there we go. Erica's on here. There are some astrological transits happening as well. See, there you go. Erica, we're probably gonna have to get you and Rachel on, to talk a little bit about astrology. It's not my thing. Okay. All right. And I also wanted to pull this for Shauna. I know her birthday is coming up, right? So it says watch your thoughts, right? And everyone needs to watch their thoughts, right? It's because you're more sensitive. You're more sensitive to law of attraction, right? It's almost because like your light is beaming so incredibly bright that it's like you're a magnet. You're a magnet to where maybe other people won't be able to manifest as easily as you, but you have this big magnet, this big light, and just makes it so much more stronger, right? And then it also talks about helpful person. So it talks about reaching out, asking for help too, Shauna. And it actually says someone wants to help you. Think of whom it might be and then initiate contact. And remember, when we allow people to help us, when we allow them to give to us, it's also giving them a gift too. I'm just going to stay right there. I'm going to stop that. It's giving them a gift as well, right? Because you can't be the only one giving like all the time. Like you can, but then again, like when is someone going to give to you? When are they going to feel good giving you something? Whether it's a compliment, whether it's some cookies, whether it's a chai tea latte, right? Okay. No, I don't want you to feel broken. Okay, I'm gonna give you something else. Okay, just saying dream big. All right, let me see something. I don't know. I just feel like they talked about that initiating contact, right? Coming from a place of love, initiating contact, right? Maybe even getting a sounding board or someone else, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you already know everything inside of you, obviously, right? We talked about that before, but it's like, just really getting it out just to confirm so that you know what your next steps are, right? Um, and then you're going to be okay, right? But just having someone to talk to right now, just to kind of, just all of your emotions, and just like, hey, I need some time because I need to get this out, will go a long way. Okay. Okay. All right. LG Tracy. Ooh, I like this. LG Tracy, look at this. It says positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity, right? So this is really talking about setting yourself up with people around you that like really make you feel good, that you feel good being around, right? And not feeling bad either. And doesn't mean that you have to like cut all the people out that are like energy vampires or just like, right? But it's like just bringing more of the positive ones inside into your life. You know what I mean? Just bringing more of that goodness inside of your life, right? And then saying, hey, if you don't feel like, being with like what is it called? Around a whole bunch of people that have been negative in the past and stuff like that, like it's okay. Like you can stay home or you can do whatever, just take some of that time for yourself, because I know that you might have you getting pushed into doing things, but they're just like, hey, it's all right if you want to like chill. Who cares what they say? Because if you know people who are involved with drama is always going to be there. Always, always, always going to be there. So you're going to be damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation, right? Yes. Okay. So sadly, I don't know. I just have a feeling that I have to get going because I'm not sure if my son's gonna call. I also have some coming over at 10. So we're gonna do pick a card. Okay. So Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready, you guys. Are you ready? I know I love this sometimes because sometimes like the messages come through and it's like I get that, I get that. I know I do the same thing too. Okay. So we have so first off, we just want to ask Spirit to draw us to a card that could help us for our highest good. If you have a specific message, you can ask them, be like, please help me get a message for my highest good for this particular situation. Please draw me to the card that's really going to help me with this. And when I say card A, card B, card C. And one more. All right. All right. I'm going to do it again. Card A, card B, card C. You're a big feeler. You can just say, okay, this is card A, card B, card C. Rub your hands together for a few minutes, and then just kind of feel the energy. Just imagine in your mind. Okay. Oh my goodness. Christine, you are so on. And that's another reason why that I had to do like the feeling of the cards was because I know something that you guys don't know is card A, more than one card came up for it. Okay, more than one card. So when I felt the energy of card A, because I knew there was more than one card, I was like, am I just feeling it because there's more than one card? And so I had to like just kind of like double check. So I'm definitely some of card A, and then definitely card C too. But I feel like A is crazy, but I feel like it's crazy because there's more than one. There's more than one card. Okay, so okay, are you guys ready? All right, so here are the ones that came up for card A. There was actually two of them, right? Ooh, I love it. Empowerment, right? And it says you are more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful, right? So this is talking about pushing through, going through the fear. You know what I mean? It's like you have like basically the answer is yes. You know what I mean? Like whatever you have been feeling about the situation, the answer is yes, and it's time for you to keep on going forward, right? It's about talk about not doubting yourself. You know what I mean? Doubt, knowing that you are, like a better word, like a big girl, you got this. Just keep on going. Keeping the faith that you are being guided and going down this road, for a reason, and spirit's with you, right? And the other card that came up too was positive energy, right? So we actually just talked about this too, but it's just making sure that we find our tribe, that we find people that make us feel good and people that are, really, really not going to pull us down. And okay, so I am also seeing a lot of dolphins too, because that could be like Florida related too, that kind of thing, right? All right. Ooh, and guess what, you guys? I pulled an extra card for each one of these from the spirit animals as well. And it's a shark, right? And it literally says, lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior, right? I freaking love this. So this card, card A, is talking all about power, if you see it, right? Empowerment, right? This says lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior, right? And then positive energy, right? So this is really talking that you have everything in you. You just have to keep on going forward, right? Just trust the process, trust in yourself, right? And it's talking about um you might have to lead the way, right? So you might have to break through some of the crap from your past, crap from parents and limiting beliefs and that kind of thing. So okay. Ooh, that's cool. That's interesting. Ooh, and Tara, I like that response. Okay. So for card B, it's stay optimistic. So even though things might not be going the way that you planned or that you wanted to, you know what I mean? It's going to go really well. Or if you're wondering what's coming up next, it's like, hey, don't worry, there's good things in store, right? And it says your dreams are coming true. don't quit right before the miracle occurs. So this is talking about staying on your path and just keep on going, right? It's like, even though you might have a little bit of challenges, you might be tired, you might be this or that, just keep on going just a little bit further. So whether this is work, whether it's relationships, that kind of stuff, again, the theme here this week and with this card too is talking about keep on going forward. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Okay. And this is, so this, I also pulled this for pile B, is the hyena. And it says dare to be different, right? So you might see people going and doing one thing, right? But it's you, to stay off course, going ahead. People might not agree with you with the decisions that you're making, but it's okay, because you have to do your own, right? And I always say too, if you go ahead and you are not doing what if you follow yourself, then cool. You know what I mean? At least you were true to yourself, even if you were wrong, right? At least you honored yourself and you put yourself first, right? Which is really hard for us to do, right? But then if you, do good, then it's awesome. You learned a little bit more about yourself. If you didn't, if you didn't make the right choice, then at least you're like, yes, at least I was paying attention to myself, right? So this is really, really, really awesome. I really like this. Yes. Oh, you were drawn to B, but spirit told you A. Yes. And I feel like A is really up your alley. Okay, so here is card C. Okay. All right. All right. Ooh, music for manifesting is card C, right? To manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music, right? So this is talking about raising your vibration up as well, right? And music is one of those ways that you can do it. It's another thing too to pay attention to songs that are coming on the radio and little messages that you'll get inside of songs from like past loved ones. And not even just that, but like angels. I remember when I used to have really bad anxiety driving on the freeway, and then I would turn on the radio, which you know me, I don't really listen to anything when I drive. And it was the song, Come, Calling All Angels. And I was like, oh my gosh, the angels are with me. And it just totally like soothed my heart, right? So this is one thing too. And it's also just talking about too that you might even have, you know, you might be able to like play music, sing might help out, just to get outside of your own head. It might be your form of meditation, right? And then they're also talking about even like dancing, really gets that vibration up, right? So do something like that. And we're doing that meditation challenge still in the Rise into Your Power group. So this might be a time for you to meditate to some music, right? Maybe different kinds of music. Okay. Ooh, I love this. And this is the hedgehog, right? And it says, be a magnet for light, love, and joy, right? So I absolutely love this, right? It's kind of like what we just talked about with like the magnet thing, right? So it's like you don't have to tell anyone what you do. If you believe in psychic stuff, if you believe in spiritual stuff, you don't. All you have to do is live your life in the light, right? You have to be the light, and then they just kind of become a magnet, right? Then they start asking you questions, or they see a difference in you. At first they don't like the difference, right? At first they're not gonna like it, but then all of a sudden they start like falling in love with you all over again, right? And Archangel Gabriel is really standing out to me in this card as well. So he's all about healing, right? So definitely asking him for healing as you go to sleep and that kind of stuff, right? um and even like throughout the day, and even if you want to ask him to keep an eye on like a loved one or someone else that might be going through some health issues, right? But this is a really cool card. Look at that. Look at all those orbs and everything. And it says, I'm be a magnet for light, love, and joy. I absolutely love it. Oh, and Meg says, music on the radio is the only thing that got me through work Friday. Oh my gosh, I need the messages that were coming through. What is up with my husband keeping interrupting me all the time? It's weird, isn't it? I think it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just had to say that. I have crazy dreams. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh yeah. And make sure too that you're I think I emailed you about it too, but the food's high in serotonin. Like when it comes to dreams, it's like a little bit different. Like shielding's really not going to help out with dreams. Like you can put that request in for them not to do such vivid dreams, but dreams also have to do with our physical bodies as well. Because certain things, like you're not going to use mugworts. Is that what it's called? Mugworts, black sage. If you do that, that can cause crazy dreams, right? Foods high in serotonin at night can cause crazy dreams. I'm not sure if a lot of B12 or B6 will cause crazy dreams, but there's definitely some vitamins and stuff like that that can cause crazy dreams. And then also on the other side, when it has to do with dreams too, is that they come to you in dreams when you're not open during the day, right? And so a lot of times they'll stop giving you dreams when they want you to have more messages during the day, but they might be giving you more dreams because you're not paying attention to them through the day, right? If that makes sense, right? Okay, so hopefully maybe that'll help out a little bit too. Okay, which AA? Archangel Gabriel for C? Yeah. Awesome sauce, you guys. Okay, well, I am going to let you guys go. Remember, September 26th, mimosa and cards, right? And you'll have to register to be able to get the Zoom link. So I'll let you guys know when that's up. For everyone else who wants to know, I'm going to do the what was it? Oh, psychic attacks post. And I thought that there was one more thing. I don't remember what it is, so it might not be important. Just stay tuned for the Psychics Anonymous thing that's coming up. And other than that, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon.